Everyone, back tuning into today's video, we're going to have a look at the weather for the next week, 10 days. In today's video, I think we're going to be seeing some pretty unsettled conditions coming up actually over the next week to 10 days. I am quite concerned about the rainfall. I think we could be looking at some very big rainfall totals across parts of the country through the course of this week and into the weekend. There will be a risk in places of some quite significant flooding, I fear, on the charts that we're looking at today. Now, before I get on with the video, just to say about the advertising in my video ads on my pages at gazweathers.com. You could hit play on video ads. You'll be helping to support gazweathers.com. Thanks very much for doing that. So just starting off with the precipitation forecast for the next sort of day or so. This is from the high resolution Euro 4 model at website Weather Online. We've got risk of some showers, some of them quite thundery across central and southern parts of England today. But I think they'll be very well scattered. I think today is probably one of the driest days of the week. Actually, as we run through into tonight, the showers should mainly die away, and then as we go into tomorrow morning, you're going to find more rain coming into the west. It's quite heavy for western parts of the country through the morning. That pushes northwards and eastwards, generally affecting Scotland, northern England, and down into Wales through the course of Tuesday. And then by the time you get through to midnight Wednesday morning, this is at midnight Wednesday, we've got another batch of heavy rain setting in across the southwest, and this is going to be very significant, I think, as we go through Tuesday night into the early hours of Wednesday morning and then on into Wednesday morning. That's as far out as we can go with the high resolution Euro 4 model, but the GFS picks this up quite nicely. This situation at midnight on Wednesday with heavy rain here across the south and the southwest. As we move through to 6 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, well, very, very wet scene there across much of England and Wales. Some quite trench rain with maybe up to 20-25 millimetres an inch of rain in some places. As we go out beyond that in towards Wednesday itself, in the morning the rain goes off into the North Sea, still very heavy across parts of Lincolnshire, East Anglia, South Eastern England, and then we're really looking at heavy showers for Wednesday afternoon, and some of them could be quite thundery. So that's Wednesday's rainfall done and dusted. Having a look at Thursday, it looks like it'll be a calmer day for Thursday. Monday, today and Thursday do look like the driest days of the week. Could be a few showers scattered about, but not really that much going on for Thursday, a fairly deep day. But going through to Friday, and this is the day that's really quite concerning. We've got this area of low pressure moving up from the south. Could be a bit thundery actually, could be bringing some thundery sort of conditions with it, but the main thing could be the torrential rain going to be pushing northwards. There we are at 6 o'clock in the evening on Friday. The low pressure is pushing into England and Wales. The exact position of this low pressure keeps changing around, so the exact position of the worst of the rain will change around, but really for England and Wales in a wide area at this stage, we're saying there's the risk of some heavy or even torrential rain and flooding on Friday, but we'll have to pinpoint the exact area. This is the precipitation forecast again from the GFS by 6 o'clock in the morning. The rain is down to the south and southwest. Look how it pushes northwards through the course of Friday, so that by the time we get through to Friday evening, where we've got some extremely torrential rain setting in there, but the latest run, the 6 o'clock run, has it across Wales and southwestern England, the worst of it, but it could be anywhere really across England and Wales. Now we could be looking at anything up to 50 millimetres, maybe more, with that sort of extent of rainfall. That's over 2 inches of rain, possibly up to 3 inches of rain, 75 millimetres over higher ground. Very significant rainfall in a short space of time would undoubtedly cause localised flooding for some. And then look how that rain just develops through Wales and northern England on Friday evening at midnight on Saturday morning. Very, very torrential and significant rain there across much of England and Wales. So it's very concerning that we're seeing rainfall that extensive and heavy at this stage. We're going to have to pinpoint exactly where that rain is going, but there is going to be risk of some very significant rainfall, I think, as we go through Friday into Saturday. Saturday sees the area of low pressure over the country, and then we're looking at this area of low pressure off the coast of Newfoundland start pushing it across the Atlantic. That has the remains of Tropical Storm Bertha within it, and that looks like it's going to become quite a significant feature as we go through into Sunday. Here it comes at midnight on Monday morning, a deep area of low pressure, 990 millibars, unusually deep for early in August, almost autumnal area of low pressure. That'll be bringing rain across the country. The main thing with that could be the winds actually. It looks like quite significant windy spell. Look at this for as we go through to midnight on Tuesday, so we've gone 24 hours on. very, very tightly packed isobars there for the time of year. That is indicating gales, possibly up to severe gale force winds across some parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England. Quite unbelievable that for the 12th of August. But these things do happen, particularly when you've got the remains of, or when you've got tropical remains within the area of low pressure. So that looks pretty significant indeed. And out to day 10, which takes us to the 14th of August, so going up to the middle of the month. These are the 500 millibar height anomaly chart. Got the GFS here on the left, the ECM is over on the right. Just to show you that for 8 to 10 days time, the mean flow has this area of below average heights, low pressure really sitting around the country. The blue colours are in grey, mirroring trench there, indicating it's going to stay probably quite unsettled up to the middle of August. No sign of a break to particularly settled conditions. Of course, it's only a couple of days ago we was hearing about how we're going to have the hottest month ever recorded in the 300 years. Central England Temperature Index, there's absolutely no sign of that today. If anything, we could be looking at a cooler than average month on the basis of these charts. But I think as we get to the second half of the month, hopefully we'll see an improvement in the temperatures. I don't think things will stay as bad as they are going to be over the next week to 10 days. Here's the city temperature forecast for the next 6 weeks from the website Weather Online. This is based on the CFS model from the United States. This is for Birmingham, and we see that basically we're going to be hovering a little bit below average for the coming few weeks. This is 20 Celsius just here, and generally we're staying around or below average. 20 Celsius is about where we should be across central parts of England through the course of August. And yeah, pretty modest temperatures really through most of the rest of the month, to be honest. No sign of anything particularly warm coming up there. This is September the 1st just here, and then we are indicating the chance of some hotter weather as we get through to the first week of September. It happens very, very regularly this, that we get to the first week of September and we get a heat wave, one final heat wave of the year. But this is what CFS is seeing this morning. It's plausible, it does happen very regularly, not every year, but many years. See a hot spell early in September, and then we go back down, of course, as we get through towards the middle of September, back to where we should be. The heat can't be sustained for very long because it's so late in the year. But just a suggestion there, but we get through to the start of September, we may get a push up in the temperatures and one final sort of blast of summer heat. But really for most of August, those temperatures do look really quite depressed, really, and certainly no better than average, and in many cases, many days, looking a little bit below average. So again, just have a look at the next 7 to 10 days. This is with GFS for a week's time, Monday the 11th, and there's the remains of Tropical Storm Bertha as a major area of low pressure out to the west of the country. That pushes through, as you've seen this already, very tight packed isobars by Tuesday. Could be gales in places, significant winds look likely there. But low pressure goes off into Scandinavia by day 10, Thursday the 14th, but we're still in a cool, showery, sort of northwesterly Atlantic flow. The ECMWF doesn't develop that low pressure into quite such a deep storm. Nevertheless, it's still low pressure in control really as we're going through next week, and we get through day 10 with the low pressure on Thursday the 14th of August. Still more or less in control, to be honest. It's quite cool as well, and bring the shallow trough through there. Could be some showers, longer spells, rain. Look at the GEM. This is for Monday the 11th. Again, very significant storm system out to west. That's the remains of Tropical Storm Bertha. Again, the thing with that, as I've explained, is I think it's more of a windy type concern as opposed to the rain. But we've got coming up on Wednesday and Friday. That's the concern for Wednesday, right? It's significant rain. But for next week, for the weekend and the start of next week, I think it's winds that are the concern. If this low pressure does deepen like that, it'll be very significantly windy with gales across many parts of the country. And then that low pressure sort of sticks around the GM, the Canadian model, for the rest of next week. Really, is churning away. The winds do ease off, but there's showers of longer spells of rain spiralling around that area of low pressure. So it does look as though we're in for a very unsettled spell really for the first half of August now, but charts have been deteriorating and they're looking really very bad indeed now for the coming week to 10 days. There will be heavy rain at times, particularly focused on Wednesday and Friday, Friday night into Saturday. Could well be localised flooding in some parts of the country. We'll have to pinpoint where that rain is going on Friday night, and then after that all eyes are on the remains of Tropical Storm Bertha, which could bring us a spell of severe gales, would you believe, as we get through to the end of next week weekend, or the coming weekend, and into the start of next week. So a very inclement period, not very good for the school holidays or anybody off on holiday. But there we go. We've had a decent summer so far, but it doesn't look like going downhill a bit, or quite a lot actually, at the moment. So I'll update tomorrow. We'll do a more in-depth look at the next 8 to 10 days, but I just wanted to give you a heads up really about how unsettled things are turning in the next week or so. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.